teens. A cold start, but look at the afternoon. Still sub-zero, but much closer to normal. And Thursday, warmer still. So that, Natalie, is going to encourage a lot of people to spend more time outdoors.
Well, I'll tell you, it is quite chilly out, and I'm glad we're bundled up. I'm with Chris Hamilton. He's with Conservation at Hamilton Conservation. And behind us is Tiffany Falls. Tell us a little bit about what happens when it starts to ice over in terms of color, because I find that most fascinating.
Well, what you've got is a number of different layers in the escarpment of rock. You've got shale and sandstone and limestone. And as the water travels through that, it picks up some sediment. So over on one side, you might see some brown ice that's picked up some sediment through the layers. Or you've got some blue ice over there, which is just pure clean water that's traveling through the layers of the rock there. And that's what gets you those different colors.
It's absolutely beautiful. One more question for you. We're looking at Tiffany Falls, one of the premier falls in the area. How many waterfalls are there?
There are actually, at last count, over 150 waterfalls in the city of Hamilton. Now, keep in mind, they're not all as pretty as Tiffany Falls. You can't just walk every 10 feet and find one of these things. Some of the waterfalls in Hamilton are much shorter, much harder to find, but altogether we've got 150.
Okay, coming up, we're going to talk to Chris about the definition of a waterfall, and we might even be able to go and check out an ice cave or two. So stay with us, but for now, back into the studio.
Thanks very much, Natalie. Speaking of ice, icy conditions, Atlanta, Georgia, world's busiest airport. In the south, they're getting freezing rain time of year. Valentine's Day, quite a present. And Natalie has some great ideas about some outdoor places you can go and enjoy now the weather's warming up.
We are joined once again by Chris Hamilton of Hamilton Conservation, and you were telling me what we're walking on right now.
We're walking right now on the frozen creek bed. So we've got a layer of ice underneath us with water flowing under us, water flowing behind the falls, and we got a good snowpack on top. This is a great spot for winter recreation.
And speaking of snow, we've had more than normal this winter. Has that been a good thing?
Snow is a great thing, not only for giving us a good groundwater levels in the spring, but it also pretties everything up. The ravine is just gorgeous with all the snow around here. It doesn't really have too much effect on how the air, like it doesn't stop the trails from being open or anything, but it really, really pretties the area up.
Okay, well, coming up, I'm going to ask you about the ice storm and the impact that has, so everyone can stay with us for that. But for now, we'll send things back inside to you.
Icy weather, plenty of snow, we are winter, to quote one of the Canadian team slogans. Asked in a moment, winter sport, a lot of us try to embrace it, of course, find a hobby, helps us get through the season. If sport's not for you, winter art, which is shaped by the weather, as Natalie tells us.
Okay, we're here at the base of Tiffany Falls. Look up, look up. How cool is it to have that right on top of you? Chris, I have a question because we see it frozen over. Let's talk about the ice storm. Has that had much of an impact, or did it have an impact on the trails?
The ice storm had a great impact on the trails, especially in a regional sense. North Halton, West Hamilton really got hit badly. Trails were closed for actual weeks to try and come and clear a lot of the fallen trees and fallen limbs. Now, the ice storm didn't have much effect on the waterfall itself. It's actually those consistent cold temperatures we've had throughout the winter that have allowed the water to freeze and form these wonderful ice formations.
And you made a great point earlier. It means that it's always changing, so people have something new to see.
Absolutely. You'll notice that there are sections of the ice up here that have broken off. The ice is constantly breaking, and again, the water is consistently falling behind those that ice. So they're always changing. So you can come out to a waterfall at different times, and it'll be a completely different experience than the last time you were out.
Awesome. Love that. We're going to try to get even closer to the falls coming up, but for now, we'll send things back inside to you.
What a neat place to visit. Natalie will be along again in a second. If you missed that winter art, I want to show you the forecast. Moment -13. Hamilton. I think of Hamilton. I think of Ticats. Great Italian food. And it's the city of waterfalls. And Natalie, wow.
We've made our way further up Tiffany Falls. I'm going to put my microphone closer to the falls. You can actually hear behind the ice the water trickling behind, which I find pretty cool if you could hear that at home. Chris, a question. When we start to see the waterfalls icing over, there's a little thing called ice climbing.
Absolutely. Tiffany Falls is the only spot in Hamilton you can actually come, and you also need to get a permit to do that. You could do that on our website. But it is one of the great popular spots in Hamilton for ice climbing, and you'll probably see folks here this weekend.
I think so. Family Day long weekend is going to be a busy one out here. And of course, we don't have the proper ice climbing equipment on, or I would take part in it. We're being very safe. We're just trying not to move. Right now, we're going to send things back inside to the studio.
Beautiful. Hamilton, yes. Keep that in mind if you're planning things for the weekend. Saturday, the cold has been extremely good and the snow cover as well for protecting our gardens, killing off invasive species, raising the water table, a lot of good things. And Natalie takes us out into the beauty of nature where there's also great things.
We are joined once again by Chris Hamilton of Hamilton Conservation, and you were telling me what we're walking on right now.
We're walking right now on the frozen creek bed. So we've got a layer of ice underneath us with water flowing under us, water flowing behind the falls, and we got a good snowpack on top. This is a great spot for winter recreation.
And speaking of snow, we've had more than normal this winter. Has that been a good thing?
Snow is a great thing, not only for giving us a good groundwater levels in the spring, but it also pretties everything up. The ravine is just gorgeous with all the snow around here. It doesn't really have too much effect on how the air, like it doesn't stop the trails from being open or anything, but it really, really pretties the area up.
Okay, well, coming up, I'm going to ask you about the ice storm and the impact that had, so everyone can stay with us for that. But for now, we'll send things back inside to you.
Natalie, earlier today at Tiffany Falls in Ancaster, the city of waterfalls, Hamilton is known as. Beautiful there. Very romantic if you're looking